Hello and welcome back. This is Candace from Candoodle, and today I have a fun pastel full panel shaker card for you. So let's get started. So I'm starting with my Pawsome Stamps Macaroon stamp set. It is super cute and you could totally use the stacked 3 macaroons that is a stamp in and of itself, but I wanted to make an extra tall stack for this slimline card. So I started with the 2 macaroons that are included in the stamp set and stamped them with some light gray ink onto some post-it note paper, which I'm going to use as masks. I cut both of them out, but I ended up only using one of the varieties of macaroons. It was just easier to stamp a bunch of them on top of each other rather than alternating. So now what I'm going to do is I have a piece of cardstock that is not any specific size. I ended up cutting it down to size later. So this was just a scrap that I kind of had around. And I'm coming in with my Gina K amalgam ink in black. And I'm going to go from the top to bottom stamping all of those macaroons. So I stamp it once and then I mask it off. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy tracing paper and put that over top of my card so I can line my macaroon stamp up again and not have to worry about black ink getting all over my card or worrying about cleaning the stamp each time in between. So I do that every single time. I move my mask down, move my stamp, make sure it's lined up, stamp it, and then repeat. So I actually was able to do this with only one mask. I just moved it down the whole time and I didn't have any bleeding through or anything like that, which is why I really like using my post-it tape as a mask if I am going to be doing something where I'm stamping multiple times or blending a lot of ink. So now we're going to move on to the coloring, and I should have mentioned earlier that this is actually Bristol Smooth cardstock by Strathmore, and I like to use this cardstock anytime I'm going to use my Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens. These pens I find blend really well on this type of paper, actually even better than watercolor paper. And I like that I'm able to color with very few colors. So as you can see, for most of these, I'm only using 1 or 2 of the colors with the colorless blender pen. And the blender pen is really just water inside. So you could, if you don't have that, you could easily use just a paintbrush and some water. I find the pigment of these blends quite well on this paper, and you don't have to use a ton of colors. So even if you only have 1 or 2 colors, you could easily still get a really nice gradient, which is why I like using these, especially if you're using them on the right paper. They can be really challenging on other cardstocks, but I find on the Bristol Smooth paper, they work pretty well. And I'm not doing anything super fancy. I'm just putting dark towards the top where the macaroons are sitting on top of each other or where the icing would be covering the bottom layer. And then I'm blending out with my lighter colors just towards the center. And again, I'm using that colorless blender pen as my kind of main blending tool. Once that was done, I colored my icing with my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, which I thought gave it some really nice shine and glitter. And then we're going to move on to turning this into a shaker card. So I have some acetate that's just a little bit bigger than my card base. And usually I would cut down the corners, but I forgot. So you'll see after I come in with some scissors to cut those, just so there's not a lot of acetate lying over each other, making it bulkier so it sits on the card better. And I just went around the 2 long sides with double-sided adhesive and made sure that was nice and stuck down. And then I did the bottom and top, but I left the top open so I can put in my glitter. So as you can see, I got a little heavy-handed there. This is just some glitter from Michael's. So I poured some back in, and then I got some fine glitter and put that in as well. It just kind of gives it a really nice sort of feel. And then I came in with some sequins from Pawsome Stamps, and this is the Diamond Diva mix. And I got kind of the iridescent purpley looking ones. I thought those looked really nice, so I separated them out from some of the more silver looking ones, and I thought that was a very fun look. Once I was happy with how that was looking, I took off my last part of double-sided adhesive and secured the last piece of acetate down. Then I came back in with the same adhesive and put that all over the back so it's going to sit really nicely on our card base, which I cut down just to be the exact size of my front panel. And I think it ended up being about 2 3/8 by 7 inches tall. And then I'm coming in to do my sentiment. So this one is from the same stamp set and it says "You're the sweetest." And I Versamark and white heat embossed that. And then I'm going to pop that up on some foam tape, and that is going to be my final card. So I hope that you like this card and this gave you some inspiration for doing a full panel shaker card that's not necessarily the traditional A2 card size. You'll have to let me know if you like it down below in the comments. As always, I appreciate the time that you spend here with me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in another video. Bye!